Hello and welcome to the Des Moines Register's announcement of the Des Moines Performing Arts 2017-2018 season. We have all the information about the dance performances, the concerts, the comedy acts, the Broadway shows coming to Des Moines in the upcoming year. It's hot off the press, it was just announced, and we are excited to share it with you right now. My name is Courtney Crowder. I'm one of the arts reporters at the Des Moines Register.
Hi, and I'm Matthew Limecooler, the music writer and other arts reporter at the Des Moines Register. Readers and theater fans alike already know some of the biggest news to come out of this announcement. That is Hamilton. Hamilton is coming here to the Civic Center, and we're going to lead right off by telling you the dates. Hamilton is coming to Des Moines. It is coming June 27th to July 15th, 2018.
Patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. For the first time, I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. We're gonna rise up, time to take a shot. We're gonna rise up, time to take a shot. We're gonna rise up, time to take a shot. Take a shot. It's time to take a shot. Take a shot. Hey yo, it's time to take a shot. Time to take a shot. And I'm not throwing away my shots.
June 27th to July 15th, 2018. Yes, that means over July 4th weekend next year, you and your family could celebrate Independence Day with Alexander Hamilton and the rest of the Founding Fathers.
Written by Granny, Tony, and Emmy Award-winning all-around hyphenate Lin-Manuel Miranda, the musical Hamilton follows the life and loves of Founding Father Alexander Hamilton. It's told with hip-hop, rap, jazz, and Broadway. The show will be here for 3 weeks, which gives you ample time to see it. And Matt, you're a big fan, right?
Yes, I will admit that I am a fan and I am willing to wait for it. Getting this show so early in the national tour is a big win for Des Moines Performing Arts and a result of many hours of work the team put in here. With that being said, how do I get tickets?
Don't worry, we will not let you miss your shot. We are going to tell you how to get tickets later on in the show. We're also going to bring Jonathan Brendamule, the communications manager here at Des Moines Performing Arts, to give us a little behind-the-scenes perspective on how they secured Hamilton and all those other amazing shows a little later on. So hang on, the who, what, when, where, why of Hamilton, it is coming at you. But first, we want to tell you about some of the other performances.
Well, the Willis Broadway series is by far the most popular from Des Moines Performing Arts. We want to quickly tell you a little bit about the other series taking place here next season. We'll start with the Prairie Meadows Temple comedy series. Des Moines' profile in the comedy scene has risen over the past few years with acts like Dave Chappelle and Jerry Seinfeld coming to Des Moines and selling out shows. When Courtney and I spoke with Jeff Chelsvig, the president of Des Moines Performing Arts, he said he sees the Prairie Meadows comedy series not as a competition to, but a good companion for these huge stand-up acts that are already happening across the city. First, we have the return of Dixie, whose Never Wear a Tube Top While Riding a Mechanical Bull and 16 other things I learned while I was drinking last Thursday ran in town last year. Combining free Tupperware giveaways with heartfelt, funny tales, Dixie is returning with an updated Tupperware party show that's well worth a second viewing. Dixie's Tupperware Party runs from November 28th to January 7th. Next will be One Funny Mother, which is a solo show from comedian Dina Blizzard in which she shares stories of the trials and tribulations of motherhood. That runs January 30th to February 4th, 2018. Just before Valentine's Day, DMPA welcomes Defending the Caveman, the longest-running solo play in Broadway history. This show takes a deep dive into the way men and women relate. The writer and originator of the main role, Rob Becker, is back with this production and will do his best to resolve the war of the sexes in one night. That's a tough challenge. That runs February 13th to March 4th, 2018. Lastly, the series ends with The Second City, Look Both Ways Before Talking. Known as a launch pad for some of comedy's most important names, you could see the next big Saturday Night Live star among this lineup as Chicago's heralded Second City brings its cutting-edge satirical reviews to Des Moines. That runs April 10th through the 29th, 2018. All of these shows play at the Temple Theater in downtown Des Moines.
Next, we have the dance series, which is known for bringing some of the hottest movement-based productions to central Iowa. If you haven't seen a dance performance, I urge you to pick one of these out and just dip your toe into dance. Like the symphony, I always find I enter into dance performances thinking it's going to be one thing and then leave so happy I went because it is something totally different. Kicking off the dance series is Hubbard Street Dance Chicago. In operation for almost 4 decades, Hubbard Street is known for its modern dance-focused works that attempt to explain life and all its joys and pitfalls through movement. That performance bows January 24th, 2018. Roughly 2 months later, MOMIX, OPUS CACTUS, will open a show influenced heavily by the landscape and topography of the American Southwest. Using the dancers' bodies and beautiful costumes, the MOMIX company creates dynamic images of cactuses, slithering lizards, and fire dancers throughout their work. MOMIX will be here March 3rd, 2018. Finally, in this 3-show series, Ballet Hispanico will be visiting Des Moines on Cinco de Mayo. More ballet-focused than the other 2 companies, Ballet Hispanico infuses their classic lines and forms with Latin-style ballroom dances and hip-hop moves, and sets their work to high-octane musical scores. Ballet Hispanico will perform May 5th, 2018. All of these shows play at the Civic Center, and they're all one-night-only performances, so don't miss your shot to see these companies.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking right now. What about the Broadway series, and where do I get tickets to Hamilton? We promise we're going to tell you that, but first, we want to round off the rest of the Des Moines Performing Arts series by discussing the Prairie Meadows Live at the Temple concert series, and finally, the Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield family series. The Prairie Meadows Live at the Temple concert series is a 6-show series marked by musicians and groups with a little something extra to bring to their performances. They're a little bit quirky, a little unique, but all in the best way. First up, we have Honky Tonk Quintet Velvet Caravan. This high-energy acoustic quintet of guitar, vocals, stand-up bass, percussion, and keyboards has slowly emerged from a local band in Savannah to a national force. They perform October 12th. You may know Ruth Moody from A Prairie Home Companion. When she hits Des Moines, the Australian-born singer, known for her ethereal vocals, is bringing her entire band with her. The Ruth Moody Band plays November 3rd. Ordinarius, a Brazilian vocal group, performs a cappella pieces. Their exclusive songs are inspired by Brazilian genres like bossa nova, as well as American pop icons like Stevie Wonder. Ordinarius comes January 16th, 2018. Let your inner child out with the Queen's Cartoonists, a jazz group that plays music from cartoons. In between music from cult classics and beloved animated favorites, the Queen's Cartoonists will share stories and sync newer works with video projections. The Queen's Cartoonist plays February 18th, 2018. Iowa native and songwriter Danica Ports took Nashville by storm and is excited to come back home. On tour since the age of 8, Danica is a road veteran with a voice that has been described as a mixture of Mumford & Sons, Casey Musgraves, and Katy Perry. She'll perform March 8th, 2018. The Charleston, South Carolina quintet Ranky Tanky will finish off the Temple concert series with their Gullah music. Gullah music comes from a blending of West African culture with the southeastern sea region of the United States. Ranky Tanky takes the stage May 17th, 2018. All of these concerts play at the Temple Theater.
And the final series, before we tell you about Broadway, is the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Family Series. The Family Series is so varied in the 2017-2018 season, with classic musicals, nonverbal pieces, and video game-based dance performances. When you add up these shows' reviews and awards, you find that this is some of the freshest, most interesting, most unique children's theater currently touring. Like the concert and dance series, the family series performances are one-time only, with shows often scheduled during the afternoon or late morning, and the locations for these performances vary. This year's Des Moines Symphony Family Concert takes a scary but silly turn with Phantoms of the Orchestra. A take on The Sorcerer's Apprentice, the show follows the maestro and his terrified assistant as they use the power of their baton to rein in their ghoulish, out-of-control orchestra. Phantom plays October 29th. Starting just after the new year, the beloved children's book, Mr. Popper's Penguins, hits the stage. Told through original musical numbers and an extraordinary use of puppets, Mr. Popper's Penguins is a fresh take on this classic story. Mr. Popper's Penguins hits the stage January 13th, 2018. Like the Blue Man Group, but way less messy, Airplay uses flying umbrellas, larger-than-life balloons, giant kites, and the biggest snow globe you've ever seen to tell the story of two siblings traveling through a surreal world and transforming ordinary objects into extraordinary pieces of wonderment. That plays February 17th, 2018. Based on the book of the same name, Shh, We Have a Plan, follows the journey of a handful of zany characters as they attempt to capture a bird perched in a tree. A seemingly simple quest soon turns absurd in this play. Moving to a more intimate venue at the Temple Theater, this nonverbal show is told through music and mime only. Shh, We Have a Plan plays March 24th, 2018. Based on the Book of Kings, Feathers of Fire, a Persian epic, tells the story of two star-crossed lovers. Feathers of Fire is a shadow play, which is sort of like a black and white animated movie. The puppet masters will manipulate their larger-than-life characters, and those characters' shadows will play out the story on a big cinema-sized screen. You may have seen something similar on America's Got Talent or a show like that. Feathers of Fire floats into Des Moines on April 14th, 2018. And finally, while the production Tetris may be inspired by a video game, the Tetris that is going to be here in Des Moines hopes kids are galvanized to get up off the couch after the show. This extremely physical dance quartet explores how we connect with one another by building their own language and inviting others in the audience to join them. It's a great introduction to movement and dance for younger kids, and per their own press release, this is for kids who can't sit still. Get on your feet with Tetris, May 12th, 2018.
So, after all those shows, after introducing every lineup from comedy to music to children's theater to dance, we're finally ready to talk Broadway. In addition to the main 6 shows that make up the Willis Broadway series, Des Moines Performing Arts will offer 4 add-on show options. These are one-night-only concert engagements or beloved touring shows that are coming back for a return engagement. All of these shows play at the Civic Center.
The add-on shows include an 8-member percussion group. The cast of Stomp will use everything but regular drums to fill the Civic Center with sound. From matchboxes to wooden poles to garbage can lids, this returning favorite features updated routines and new songs. And be ready for some audience interaction. Stomp runs January 26th through January 28th, 2018.
The time-honored musical Chicago returns with its well-known story of love, betrayal, fame, fortune, and all that jazz. Whether you've seen the show a million times before or have only watched the movie, this touring company recaptures the magic of the original Bob Fosse version. Chicago plays March 9th through the 11th, 2018.
Les Miserables, a perennial favorite here in Des Moines, returns after a successful 2.5-year stint on Broadway. A love story set against the backdrop of the French Revolution, this new version of the show features new staging and reimagined scenery. If you've only seen the film, make sure to get out and see the live version. Les Mis will perform April 17th through the 22nd, 2018.
Continuing a tradition of previous years, the Civic Center will host a Broadway superstar in concert alongside the Des Moines Symphony. This year, that star is Leslie Odom Jr., who won a Tony in 2016 for his performance of Aaron Burr in Hamilton. That show hits the stage May 12th, 2018. Again, these are all considered add-on shows. People who purchase or renew their season tickets for the 2017-2018 season can add these shows to their six-show total.
We have already heard some people downstairs renewing their packages, so now is the moment that you have all been waiting for. Drum roll, please. The Willis Broadway series. These shows have accumulated a total of 18 Tony Awards, including the 2016 award for Best Play, the 2016 award for Best Musical, and the 2016 award for Best Musical Revival. That was a little hint for all you Broadway heads watching out there in Facebook land. Let's start at the beginning of the season.
First off, we have Something Rotten, a musical comedy in line with Spamalot. Something Rotten takes place in the Renaissance era and tells a fictional story behind the writers of the first musical. Brothers Nick and Nigel Bottom are desperate to write a hit play, but they keep getting outdone by this guy named William Shakespeare. Who is that? Who is that guy? That is until a fortune teller tells them the fortune features an actors not just reciting words, but also singing and dancing. Something Rotten hits the stage October 10th to the 15th this year.
Next is The Color Purple, the 2016 Tony Award winner for Best Broadway Revival. Almost 10 years after The Color Purple debuted on Broadway, this reimagining features a somewhat stripped-down set and muted colors. With its fleeter feet, the gospel-tinged music, and the very moving story of Celie, an African-American woman trying to make it in the American South in the 1900s, comes into view. The Color Purple runs in Des Moines October 31st through November 5th.
Next is Waitress. Inspired by the beloved film of the same name, Waitress tells the story of Jenna, a waitress and expert pie maker who dreams out of a way out of her small town and loveless marriage. This show was super popular on Broadway and beloved by critics. It probably would have been a Tony winner last year if it weren't for the unfortunate luck that it went up against this play called Hamilton. Waitress opens December 5th and runs through December 10th.
Next, we have a sort of jukebox musical. On Your Feet features the music of Amelia and Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. On Your Feet traces the couple's humble beginnings in Cuba to their rise to fame in America and the tragedy that almost took it all away. Go behind the scenes with this record-making and groundbreaking couple who, in the face of adversity, found a way to get back on their feet. On Your Feet plays Des Moines February 20th through the 25th, 2018.
Following in the footsteps of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, the Civic Center welcomes another play in the 2017-2018 season. The Humans is an uproarious, hopeful, and heartbreaking play that takes place over the course of a family dinner on Thanksgiving. As darkness falls, the Blake family's deepest fears and greatest follies are laid bare. The 2016 Tony Award winner for Best Play, The Humans, will appear in Des Moines on April 3rd and run through the 8th in 2018.
Then finally, next summer, Hamilton.
What's its name?
Hamilton hits the Civic Center stage June 27th through July 15th. Hamilton is the story, of course, of Alexander Hamilton, an immigrant from the West Indies who became George Washington's right-hand man during the Revolutionary War and the nation's first Treasury Secretary. Featuring a score that blends hip-hop, jazz, Broadway, R&B, Hamilton is the story of America then, told by America now. This musical is different than any you've ever seen. So what about tickets?
The only way to get tickets that are on sale today is to buy a season ticket package for the 6 shows we just talked about from Des Moines Performing Arts. Again, the only way to guarantee tickets to Hamilton is to buy a season ticket package that went on sale about a half hour ago here at the Civic Center.
What about single performance tickets?
Those are not on sale yet. Those are not on sale today. They will go on sale later this year, and the family series, the dance series, the concert series, the comedy series all go on sale in April.
Now we'd like to bring in Jonathan Brendamule with the Civic Center to tell us a little bit about this lineup.
Hi,
Hey,
guys.
hi.
Hey, Jonathan, exciting day. How's it going here?
It's really exciting. That sums it up pretty well. This is our March Madness, so we're having a lot of fun. It's awesome to have this, out there, let people, all the Broadway fans, all the theater fans know what's coming here. So, and of course, our CEO and president, Jeff Chelsvig, would have loved to have been with you both today, but he's in New York doing what he does best. He is Iowa's only Tony voter and also a member of the Broadway League's Board of Governors. So
Busy guy.
He's out there in New York making sure that those relationships are solid and that we'll continue to bring the best of Broadway here.
So tell us, first off, how you and your team put together this series, put together all the series.
This is a phrase you're going to hear me say time and time again, and it's really guided by the best of Broadway. We are so fortunate in Des Moines to have a community and theater fans that just have an appetite for Broadway in a way that, a lot of markets bigger than us maybe don't. So we have great season ticket holders. We have very strong subscription numbers for a market our size. We have very strong donors, and the community just really supports us, which ensures that we're able year over year to bring the very best of Broadway here.
So we've talked a lot about Hamilton today, that little play, Hamilton, but the other 5 shows that you guys are bringing are absolutely nothing to sneeze at. So tell me why you're excited about those.
Sure. Well, and as you touched on earlier, we have the Tony Award winners for Best Musical with Hamilton, Best Play with The Humans, and Best Revival for a Musical with The Color Purple. But we're also bringing Something Rotten, so you're getting a little lighthearted show there. Waitress with music by Sarah Bareilles and based on the 2007 movie that people just really loved. And then, of course, On Your Feet. And if you know Gloria and Emilio Estevan's music and the Miami Sound Machine, you're going to love this show. I saw it in New York last year, and it is impossible not to dance. I mean, On Your Feet is really going to make you get on your feet.
I'm excited.
Awesome. With that being said, we hear a lot about secondary ticket markets and ticket scalpers, things like that. Talk about what is the best, smartest way for people to buy tickets to these hot shows.
That is such an important question. So you can be guaranteed that you're getting legitimate tickets only in 3 ways from Des Moines Performing Arts. That is to go visit dmpa.org, call us and book your tickets over the phone, or stop on down physically like a lot of people are doing right now and get to the Civic Center ticket office. But this is good advice for just anything, any event, not just theater. Make sure you do a little extra homework before you go out there and that you're buying the tickets from the venue in the authorized way. Nobody wants to show up to an event and not be able to get seated. So we're seeing this trend happen across the country, and we want to make sure it doesn't happen in Des Moines.
So we're talking a lot about 17-18, but actually 16-17 season isn't over yet. Tell us a little bit about what is upcoming.
That's right. We have a lot still on the books for 16-17. In April, we're going to have Fun Home Here, which is the 2015 Tony Award winner for Best Musical, and it's based on Alison Bechdel's graphic novel by the same name. Then in May, we're going to bring to you The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, which 2015 Tony Award winner for Best Play, and that's a really interesting show. The set is kind of based off of the main character's mind. It takes you inside of his head and makes you, through really, really elegant technology, brings that world to life as he explores some of his own issues and learns about his family. And then we're going to round out the season this summer with An American in Paris. So for those people who love classic Broadway, this is Gershwin music and big dance numbers, and it is sure not to disappoint.
Sure.
And so I know we're talking about 17-18, but we've heard a little rumor that you guys are already working on 18-19. What can you tell us about that?
As I alluded to, nice try there, Courtney. Valiant effort. But as I told you, Jeff's out in New York right now doing what he does best, and as one gag order comes off, another one goes on. So nothing to share today, but you guys will be the first to know, and we will share that when time comes. But in the meantime, we have some really exciting productions coming here across all of our series.
Thank you so much for being with
Thank
us
you,
today.
Courtney.
Thank
you,
you.
Matt.
Thank you.
So Matt, what show are you most excited for?
Not Hamilton, right? No.
Not Hamilton, aside from Hamilton.
Sure. Aside from Hamilton, it's Waitress. I'm hoping to go see it on Broadway at the end of the month. It'll be interesting to see how that compares to what they bring here to Des Moines.
For me, it's definitely The Humans, and not to share too much of my personal life on our live stream. I love a good family drama. I remember the first time I saw August Osage County, and I just sat in my chair. I couldn't move because I was so moved. So I'm hoping for a similar emotional experience with this one.
Well, that's it, guys. That is it for the 2017-2018 Des Moines Performing Arts season. If you want to read more about this season announcement in detail, as well as other content on food, music, entertainment, anything happening here in Des Moines, visit DesMoinesRegister.com.
And make sure to get here because you can hear people are already renewing their subscriptions. They're already buying their subscriptions. Matt and I thank you so much for taking the time, and have a great rest of your lunch break.
Thanks.